I called it myself Living Speech and Technology. I teach cross-cultural entrepreneurship at the Delft Center for Entrepreneurship. I want to say something about the scientific method that we use. Oh, this is no good, this goes too quickly. And I want to say something about tropical greenhouse technology for smallholder farmers. And I explain you how they are linked. This is our scientific method. And that is widely in use also in the University of Eindhoven. This is what we do. We think, we coordinate, discuss, model reality outside, and we make things in the object world outside. We make things, that is the mind-matter division of the Cartesian worldview. And I think this is partly the reason why smallholder farmers still do not have proper greenhouses or other sort of technology. If we do it otherwise, if we would put their questions on the agenda, we would start with the needs of the future, the social needs. That would be my language approach to technology. That is the dialogical approach to technology. A dialogue starts with a felt imperative. A social need is a felt imperative. If I feel an imperative, if something is really on my heart and I have to do something, then that singles me out. It divides me, it separates me from the group I was part of. Because now a new imperative is imposed on me. And our more or less philosophical word, subject, betrays that. Because subject means, well, we translate it by independence, but it's not. Because the sub of subject is referring to the imposition of this imperative on me. I'm under it. I'm not above it. If that takes place, I'm singled out. I have to do something new. And I can only do that, I can only survive that by taking people in. By inviting people to join my view of things, my approach, or learn from them. We are inclined to each other. We need to do more than just transferring information. We need to sing, dance, become lyrical, poetic. And that's what we also do here. We are laughing, smiling to each other. We are trying to become a group. Only when we are that far that we have a support base towards action, then we can change the world outside. So this is not yet part of our scientific method. And that is the reason why smallholder farmers do not have proper greenhouses. Because, well, we can make very good ones, especially in the Netherlands, but not for this target group. They don't have money. There are a lot of them. 500 million smallholder farmers still procure half of the food on this planet. And we can produce very high-tech greenhouses, but they are expensive. They count it in square meters. The Dutch type of greenhouses costs 40 euro per square meter. And that is not affordable for a smallholder farmer. They also produce a lot. They also produce 40 kilograms per square meter. But smallholders, again, cannot afford it. You see this type of greenhouses, which is in use in Africa, iron and plastic. They still cost $20 euro per square meter. They produce maybe 10 to 20 kilograms. But that's not sufficient, or that's still too expensive for the smallholder farmers. And you see, it's just iron and plastic. They could be made much cheaper if you would do some research after it. And if you sell them in one package so that a farmer can just screw it, bolt it together. And of course, you also have to include that with financial schemes, training of skills and capacity, because if you do not know how to raise crops in greenhouses, then you really spoil it if you do not get some training in that. So that's also an imperative. You need to bring a lot of stakeholders again together to do that. But if there you see also, if this imperative is met, you also bring a new group of people together. And that can result in a very comprehensive approach with a big volume, because imagine that you could sell them for €10 per square meter. I think that should be possible. It's not yet done, but it's not also researched. If you would do that, they could afford, and if you have then the skills training also, you can have a real bottom of the pyramid approach involving a cheap project and an enormous amount of customers. So this is what I call the liturgical approach to technology. We are exercising it here tonight. That means you use language and convincing each other, repeating each other, responding to each other, dancing, singing, whatever you do, to take each other in and create that common support base. That makes an impact on a larger scale possible, and it leads to a new community solving that one problem. Actually, that's also what we do here tonight. What did the old-time liturgy do? The leader takes the lead and speaks something, the public, the community answers, responds in another key, they alternate, different views are heard, and a solid conviction is formed to change something in the reality outside. The tribes of old did the same thing by dancing, by moving in, by discussing in their long time gatherings. They took a lot of time to discuss all their problems, and in that way, and in their feasts, they created a support base for change. I think that is the great contribution of wedowe. Thank you.